It's April, and since it's October, monthly recommendation is all about the creep. And I absolutely love it. Monthly recommendations was started by Kayla and Trina. I will link to all of the information down below in case you want to join in this wonderful group, because it's awesome and it's full of really wonderful people. Since this is the third month of these monthly recommendations, I wanted to stay away from books that I have recommended in the past because it's only been the 3 months and I felt silly pulling back books that I've already recommended. So I will link that recommendation video up there and down below in the thingamajig so you can check out that video and get those videos, because the Dark Secrets series and all of that is just wonderful, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about new books. These books. There is a theme to these creepy books because I have a theme in my creepy reads, apparently, and that is ghost related. I absolutely adore ghost stories and what they can do and the creep and the wonder and the awe and the unknown. That's always fascinated me, which is why one of my life goals is to at some point travel across the United States and stay at all the haunted locations that I possibly can. Whether or not that happens, I don't know. I have 6 different books to recommend to you guys. One of them is actually a series, but that's okay because it's a really good series. And I will start at the beginning of my ghost reading journey and I will move on from there. The book that really started all of this weird nonsense with ghosts and ghost stories is this little book right here. The Doll in the Garden by Mary Downing Hahn. This book, it's of course a little children's book. It stole my heart, my little creepy heart. This is a story about Ashley who moves into this new home and she follows this cat into the hedge where she meets this little girl and she strikes up a conversation. Things escalate from there. There is a very creepy doll involved. This book is where the journey started, and I still go back and I still read this book every once in a while and I still get goosebumps every time I read it. And you know what? I found this at a garage sale for 25 cents. Thank you, previous owners. Now, the first book to ever give me nightmares after reading it is The Presence by Eve Bunting. Something about this book just creeped me the heck out. This book is about Catherine, whose best friend dies in a car accident. The same time all of this is happening, she starts to feel this presence, this something has attached itself to her. I think it's just the way that you get into the presence head that really just got to me. And it was the first time I ever read something this dark. I'm sure if I go back to it now, it's not nearly as dark as I think it is. It gave me nightmares, and I loved it for that. Next couple books that I'm going to show to you, you've probably already seen on my channel if you have been with me for a while. When I was looking for books for these recommendations, I kept on coming back to them because they are the ones that I just gravitate towards now. I do have some other very creepy paranormal-esque type reads, but they don't call to me in the same way that these books do. So I am bringing them back out and I'm letting my voice be heard about these reads. First one I want to talk about is The Haunting of Sunshine Girl by Paige McKenzie. This is a random Walmart find. I believe it was Walmart. If it wasn't Walmart, it was Target. Either of those two. I found it. The artwork drew me in like most of these kind of books do. Then I realized it was a YouTube channel. And it was all just wonderful because even after I finished this book, I got more content with the YouTube channel. Now, before I fangirl about all of that, I will tell you what this story is about. It is about a girl named Sunshine who moves to a new place with her mom and things start to happen. That's basically the plot line of most of these kind of books. And Paige seems to be the only one who's noticing all of this is going on and things not so good start to fall out. She befriends a boy at school and together they investigate and try and figure it all out. I did do a review and discussion over this book, so I will link that in the doobly thing and up there. I will link it all around so you guys can check this out. But I will also say that while this book is based on the YouTube channel, the stories don't mimic each other. They have the similar elements and similar characters, but they do deviate. Certain things happen before other things and all that kind of stuff. I do recommend that you read the book before you start reading or watching the channel though, because it may spoil you a little bit for some of the things that happen to this, but at the same time this deviates so much it doesn't. But I love it and it was amazing. And I am going to stalk Paige McKenzie at a book signing in November. So be ready, Paige. You are going to sign this book. Next book I want to talk about is not actually a book, it is a series, and that is the Spookshow Series by Tim McGregor. This series is about a girl named Sybil, who also goes by Billy, who has an accident. This accident leads to the ability to see ghosts. What I like most about this series is that the ghosts are so Sixth Sense style. You don't get polished ghost. You get all the gore and all the issues that cause them to die in the first place. And I'm absolutely in love with Half Boy. Okay, I'm starting to ramble and gush about this. So, the series is about Sybil, Billy, who is investigating a series of events and murders because her friend is attracted to the supernatural and they end up at a haunted house and a dead body is found, and that kind of starts out the series. Now the series isn't written in chronological order, so if you read the first book, it feels like you're dropped in to the middle of the story, and you are. That kind of was weird for me at first, but after continuing on with the series, I absolutely adored it. One of the overarching themes of the whole series is Billy figuring out her past, about her mother and father. Things are not all well in Billyland, and everywhere she goes, in every book, there is some kind of dead body and some kind of not nice entity throwing itself in her face. This is written in a very horror movie style, and I just enjoy them. I also did a review and discussion over the first 3 books in this series. We'll link that up above and down below for you to check that out. I'm bringing this one back out. Diary of a Haunting by M. Fernando. This is a haunting that is written in an electric journal style, and I think that's what makes it so different. Paige moves into a new house with her brother and mother. Her parents had just gotten divorced, and so when they move into this house, it's not exactly the nicest of homes for various reasons, because mom is trying to rebuild her life after everything has fallen apart. The house is just weird. There are swarms of flies and spiders and this weird humming going on. Her brother starts to act in the weirdest fashion, and she's left trying to figure out why all this is happening. And in doing so, she keeps this journal to keep a record of what's going on. You have to pay attention in this book. If you read it straight through without paying attention, it is the worst book on the planet. I won't lie. It seems inconsistent. It seems like it doesn't make sense. The ending is horrendous. You question your life existence and why you read this. If you like a read in which you have to investigate for yourself and it's not all spelled out for you, this is the read to go with. I just like it. That and, you know, as always, awesome cover choice. Awesome cover choice. I seem to have a thing for books that have girls just randomly floating. And I think this harkens back to my own artistic style preferences, which is also why I want to pick up a Madness So Discreet. I'm doing that as soon as I finish this video. And finally, I couldn't not bring up Horrorstör by Grady Hendrix. This book. Once again, I've said that a lot, once again, but once again, I did a review and discussion over this book. I will link, so you have an option to click wherever you want to get to that review and discussion. But Horrorstör takes place in an IKEA-like store called Orsk. Each night, the store seems to have gotten vandalized in some way, so the manager grabs a couple of his employees, the main character being Amy, who is one of those employees, to stay overnight and catch the vandals. Things don't go according to plan. Otherwise, this wouldn't be a very good book. As they're going around and investigating, they realize that someone or something has joined them in the store. And because of the type of store this place is, it makes it that much creepier, because who hasn't gotten lost in a huge furniture store, i.e. a furniture store that requires its own zip code? Nebraska Furniture Mart. And in getting lost in that kind of store, you realize just how creepy it can get. This book is set up like a catalog, as you can see. You get the prices of the different furniture, and that carries on throughout inside the book. You get the beginnings of the catalog and their branding spiel. Each chapter starts with a different piece of furniture, and as it goes on, and as the night progresses, and as things steadily get darker and creepier and eerier, so does the furniture. This book made me grasp my limbs and cry out in horror at certain sections, but it was a wonderful, wonderful ride. Those were a few of my creepy reads, the ones that I still think about constantly after reading them. I hope that helped you in deciding what to read for this month, because you need to get a little creep in your TBR. I have been thinking of maybe doing another on my shelf kind of video of all of the true life ghost story books that I have, because I have quite a few of those because of my ghost fetish, I guess you could call it. And I don't know if that's something you guys want to see, but if it is, let me know. I heart your beautiful faces. Bye. If I go like this, it looks like I'm being kissed by my Skello kitty. You see that? I'm sorry, guys.